EA Sports, within the game. He tucked that ball away, lowered his head, and boom, end zone.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Then West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's hitting.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. First carry for James Conner. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
Right back to Conner here on first. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Murray off play action. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Murray now on first down. And this is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, Murray will keep it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll run here with Conner, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals are on the board first here this afternoon. The underdog here showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now Prescott on 4th down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
It went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Murray now on first down. And this will be swung out here for Connor. Finding room at midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. To throw is Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Murray getting this complete to Connor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Murray fighting, lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw again on second down. Prescott. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They'll get 34 yards there.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. A first down throw for Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On second and 11 now. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
That's caught again, but I think the ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And they'll begin by running the option. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Murray going to throw. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson from 21 yards away. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Prescott down. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brett Maher on for a field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Maher able to put this one through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. There's a nice move. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 56 yards on the ground for him so far. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And Prescott, his third interception. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Murray to run again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They're going for it. It's Murray. Found his target. It's Anderson. Down inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Prater for the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Cowboys 13. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken in at the 3. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys! I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Play fake. Murray. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And he's going to go down again. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Here's Andy Lee now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Play action. Now it's Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Here's Murray. He's got Anderson right side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now Murray again. And he fires one incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Now they send a man in motion right. Conner going to try and run it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one's pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Micah Parsons in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And Murray will run it here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Throwing now is Murray to Connor on the check down. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Murray. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz from 10 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Pollard going to try the right side. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Quick slant to Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
1st and goal at the 9.
Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That was second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Throwing, Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now 4th down and goal.
The slot man in motion right. One last shot now for Prescott. And it's caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.